we have studied about the variation of chemical potential with temperature and pressure. The next topic we are going to study is the concept and definition of fugacity the term fugacity, we must know what is its meaning. Fugacity means escaping tendency of any given substance from one state to another. It is a normal tendency of any state to escape from one state to another state. For example, a liquid escapes into vapor form. A liquid having tendency to escape into the vapor state. So, the escaping tendency is called fugacity. But in this chapter, the fugacity actually represents the deviation of ideal gas from ideal behavior. The fugacity actually studies the behavior of real gases, because real gases, non-ideal gases, deviated from ideal behavior. In the case of ideal gases, there is no intermolecular forces of attraction operating between the gas molecules. Then automatically it obeys ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT, or the volume of a gas is equal to RT by P. Okay, that volume of a gas in the case of ideal gases, volume of a gas will be equal to RT by P, but in the case of non-ideal gas, that is real gas, that volume of the gas will not be equal to RT by P. The gases or the solutions are deviated from ideal behavior, either positive deviation or negative deviation. To what extent the real systems have been deviated from ideal systems is represented, is studied by a term fugacity. So fugacity actually shows the measure of deviation from ideal behavior of any real system. In the case of real gases or real solutions, there will be intermolecular forces of attraction operating between the like and unlike molecules. Then automatically what happens? The volume of the solution will not, or the volume of a gas will not be equal to RT by P. Then there will be a deviation, either positive or negative deviation. Depends on the nature of the gas or depends on the nature of the solution. So, that deviation is usually studied by means of a term called fugacity. Fugacity represented by a letter small f. It shows the measure of deviation from ideal behavior. How it relates with chemical potential. Just now we have studied the chemical potential. In terms of pressure, we have studied the chemical potential mu is equal to mu naught plus RT ln P. That is, this is the chemical potential. This is the chemical potential, standard chemical potential. And P is the pressure of a gas. And the molar free energy of any system, molar free energy is nothing but chemical potential. We have studied, which is nothing but mu is equal to RT F plus Vt we have studied. That is, instead of pressure we are using fugacity of a gas. Okay, this equation we have already studied. Vt is the integration constant. Okay, this integration constant value for a given substance depends on the temperature. It is also equal to, see, when the fugacity of any system is unity, then automatically the integration constant value will become equal to partial molar free energy or chemical potential of the system. For example, the difference in energy of a gas between the two states 1 and 2 at the same temperature, then what happens? Vt gets cancelled. Say for example, for state 1, now let us consider the gas in the initial state or the state 1. I can write this equation as mu1 is equal to RT ln F1 plus Vt, integration constant. Automatically it will cancel when you calculate the fugacity of the second state. When you find out the difference, the integration constant will get cancelled. Or mu2 for state 2. The chemical potential can be written as RT ln F2 plus Vt, integration constant, where F1 is the fugacity of a gas when it is in a state 1, or we can say it is an initial state. F2 represents the fugacity of a gas in its final state. Then what is the difference in chemical potential between these two states? I can write it as delta mu, change in chemical potential I can calculate by using mu2 minus mu1. It will become RT ln F2 by F1, and this integration constant gets cancelled. So this equation actually gives the ratio of the two fugacities in order to express the fugacity in any state. Okay, it is necessary to define a reference state in which the fugacity can be assigned. For example, if the mu2 minus mu1 or the difference in chemical potential is known, and the F2 can be assigned the value of reference state. Okay, the F2 can be value of reference state, and F1 can be taken as it is a chosen standard state. Listen, for an ideal gas, for an ideal gas, remember, the fugacity and pressure are equal. Okay, instead of pressure we can use fugacity. For an ideal gas, fugacity is equal to pressure. Why? Because in the case of ideal gas, the deviation from ideal behavior is exactly 0. Then automatically its fugacity will be equal to pressure, or we can say the ratio between F by P will be equal to 1. The ratio between fugacity and pressure will be equal to 1. But for a real gas, okay, for a real gas, when the pressure of the gas is reduced, when the pressure of a gas is almost becomes equal to 0, then what happens? Okay, then F by P will become equal to 1 when pressure approaches 0. That means a real gas becomes an ideal gas at very low pressures, or at reduced pressure, or at 0 pressure. So at 0 pressure or at reduced pressure, the intermolecular forces of attraction get reduced. Then what happens? real gas starts to behave ideally, then in that case the ratio between fugacity and pressure will become equal to approaches unity. Okay, so therefore the reference state in the case of real gas is chosen as the gas at reduced pressure or at very low pressure. So therefore the standard state is a hypothetical state, okay, where 1 atmospheric pressure the gas behaves ideally. Okay, when the pressure of a gas behaves, that is when the atmospheric pressure of the gas equal to 1, so that not only F is equal to P, then automatically what happens? F will be equal to P. Not only F will be equal to P, but see, it is not that in the reference state F is equal to P but not equal to 1. Okay, F will be equal to P but not equal to 1. So therefore, I can write it as, instead of writing mu is equal to mu naught plus RT ln, instead of P I can write fugacity. Okay, to what extent it has been deviated. So remember, in the case of ideal gases, fugacity will be equal to pressure. But in the case of real gases, fugacity will not be equal to pressure. In the case of real gas, F is not equal to P. Okay, when will it become equal to P? Only at reduced pressures or zero pressure. So therefore, we can also write it as, for a real gas, okay, for a real gas, I can write d mu is equal to RT d ln F. Okay, d mu is equal to RT d ln F. Okay, when we differentiate this is the standard chemical potential. The standard value when undergoes differentiation will equal to 0. So therefore d mu is equal to RT d ln F. The concept of fugacity applies to the real gases, okay, but also applicable to the liquids, solids as well, okay. But in the case of when any system F by P approaches unity, when any system F by P approaches unity, that means the gas behaves ideally. That's the meaning. Or we can say this ratio is called fugacity coefficient. The ratio between fugacity and pressure is also called fugacity coefficient. The fugacity coefficient value will be unity in the case of ideal gases. In the case of real gases, it can be less than 1 or greater than 1, depends on the deviation from the ideal behavior. This is the concept and definition of fugacity. Next we are going to study the very important topic, how to determine the fugacity of a real gases. Determination of fugacity of a real gas. In this topic, we are going to study how to determine the fugacity or the deviation from ideal behavior of a real gas. Now, let us start the determination of fugacity of a real gas. We know that the free energy can be written as G is equal to G naught plus RT ln F, or G, or we can also write it as mu. Everything is same because this free energy, partial molar free energy is nothing but it is called differentiating this equation with respect to pressure at constant temperature. Okay, at constant temperature, I can write it as dou G by dou P at constant temperature and other number of moles constant will be equal to, okay, it will be equal to RT dou ln F divided by dou P at constant temperature. Okay, we will get this. Now, we know that in the last class we have studied, see, we know that dG is equal to VdP minus SdP. Okay, at constant temperature dT is equal to 0. So therefore dou G divided by dou P at constant temperature it is equal to V. So therefore I am substituting this value in this equation. Okay, then I can write this equation as this is equal to V equal to RT dou ln F divided by dou P at constant temperature. Or I can also write this equation as dou ln F divided by dou P at constant temperature will be equal to, okay, will be equal to V by RT. Okay, this V by RT. From this, listen, at a definite temperature, I can write this equation as RT dou ln F, okay, cross multiplication, RT dou ln F will be equal to, okay, will be equal to VdP, or simply I can write as, instead of dou I can also write D, cross multiplication, RT dou ln F into VdP. Listen, since 1 mole of a gas is under consideration, then what is this V? V is the molar volume of the gas. Okay, V is the molar volume of the gas for an ideal gas. For an ideal gas, V is equal to RT by P. So therefore, now we are going to study the deviation from ideal behavior or the departure from ideal behavior. The quantity alpha I am using. Okay, the quantity alpha gives the departure or deviation from ideal behavior, or we can say alpha is nothing but volume of ideal gas minus volume of real gas. Okay, that is, I can write it as alpha. What is volume of ideal gas? It will be equal to RT by P, and this is the volume of real gas V. Now I am multiplying this equation throughout by dP, multiplying throughout by dP, we get alpha into dP, okay, alpha into dP equal to RT dP by P minus VdP. Okay, I am multiplying throughout by dP. I can write this equation like this. Then now I am combining. I am substituting this equation. Okay, alpha? Alpha is nothing but RT by P minus V. Now I am combining this equation. Then I can write it as RT d ln F will be equal to RT dt by P minus alpha dP. Okay, I can write down like this. Then, or I am dividing throughout by RT. What happens? This RT get cancelled. D ln F and divided by RT get cancelled and get dP by P minus alpha, okay, minus alpha dP by RT, okay. Now I am writing this equation as d ln F dP by P is nothing but d ln P minus alpha dt by RT. Okay. Now I am integrating this equation. Okay. Or I am integrating this equation between pressure 0 and P on integration between pressures 0 and P. I will get ln F by P divided by this P goes here, ln F by P 1 by RT pressure 0 to P into alpha dP. Okay. Now here I am integrating. I am varying the pressure of the gas from 0 to pressure P and finding out to what extent the real gas has been deviated from ideal behavior. Now these values of alpha are then plotted against the corresponding pressures. Okay. What is alpha? Alpha is nothing but VID minus V. What is the change in volume between the ideal and real gases? So therefore, now I am drawing a graph by plotting alpha value. That is alpha. What is alpha? See, this is alpha is equal to RT by P minus V. This is VID minus V of real gas is plotted against the pressure. This is the pressure. Okay. This pressure is 0 and here it is negative pressure, positive pressure. When the alpha value is plotted against the pressure from 0 to P pressure, okay, what happens? I will get a curve like this. Okay, I will get a curve like this. This area under the curves gives the deviation from ideal behavior. Okay? This is deviation from ideal behavior. This is positive area. This is negative area. Okay? So therefore, from this we can easily find out the deviation. See, the deviation of real gas may be positive or negative. Okay? The deviation may be positive or negative depending upon the nature of gas. So therefore, the value of this integral 0 to p alpha dp can easily be calculated by using this area under the curve. So from this, incorporating the value of fugacity, we can find out the fugacity of the gas at a given pressure. Okay? So therefore, by using this equation, what is this equation? Ln f by p will be equal to minus 1 by RT 0 to p alpha dp. By incorporating the value of fugacity, we can easily find out the fugacity of the gas by using this graph. The area under the curve, it may be positive or negative, shows the deviation of a real gas from ideal behavior. It may be both positive as well as negative depending upon the nature of the gas. So therefore, in this method, we are finding out the fugacity of a real gases, to what extent they have been deviated from ideal behavior. Usually, I told that at the reduced pressure or at zero pressure, it behaves ideally. The central axis, the zero line, it shows the gases behaves ideally, but because this is a real gas, it may show positive deviation or negative deviation. That is why at reduced pressure, when the intermolecular force of attraction is very, very less or it becomes minimum, automatically the gas behaves ideally. Then the ratio between fugacity and pressure will come equal to unity, or fugacity will become equal to pressure. The fugacity coefficient will become equal to unity. This is so much about the determination of fugacity of the real gases. Okay, the next topic we will study in the next